Hello students. Now the eighth question. Motion of charged particle in the magnetic field in association with gravitational force, that is force of gravity mg. So as per the question, कुछ इस तरीके से अगर क्वेश्चन को आप एक्सप्लेन करो as per this question, let me first draw the coordinate axes which are like this, x axis and y axis. X axis and y axis are in the plane, right? X axis is in this direction, y axis is vertical upward direction and y axis is the vertical upward direction, so gravity will be towards negative y direction. This is the direction of gravity. Remember, y axis is vertically upward, which means x axis is horizontal and z axis is horizontal. Y axis is vertical now. So x axis is a horizontal axis. One more horizontal axis will be the z axis. Let me denote z axis like this. So this axis is z axis now. Now, as per the question, a charged particle which is released at rest, since it is dropped, and if the charged particle is dropped, initial speed will be 0. In other words, let a charged particle q, small q, having mass m, is dropped at this point. Since it is dropped, it has no speed, and when it has no speed, magnetic force cannot act at this moment. We know that magnetic force F is q and cross product of velocity and magnetic field, it is q v cross b. So unless the charged particle, till the moment charged particle is at rest or the moment it has zero velocity, by the expression F vector equals to q v cross b, it cannot have any magnetic force. So here it is dropped, and if it is dropped, it has zero velocity, it has zero speed, its initial speed u equals to 0. So the initial force on this charged particle will be because of gravity only, and the force by this gravity will be in the downward direction. So the charged particle will take off, it will take off in the negative y direction. It will start in this direction. As soon as it starts moving on the negative y direction, it acquires some velocity, and when it acquires some velocity, the magnetic force will exert a force on charged particle. I suppose that magnetic field is in this direction. So just after the charged particle start to move downward, just after the moment charged particle start to move downward, it will have velocity in the negative y direction, and corresponding to velocity in the negative y direction and this magnetic field, a force will be exerted on the charged particle by the magnetic field, and that force F by the magnetic field is q times v cross b. Notice that velocity in this expression is towards a negative y direction and magnetic field is in this direction. If you apply v cross b here from the right hand rule, you will come to know that the magnetic force will be in this direction at the initial moment. This will be the direction for the magnetic force, and that means the charged particle will take off in the negative y direction, but once it take off, it start to move in the negative y direction, the magnetic force will come towards positive x direction, and there will be a deviation in the path of particle, and this charged particle will slowly start deviating. And if you further investigate it, it will deviate like this, and a moment will come when its velocity will be parallel to the x direction. A moment will come when its velocity will be parallel to x direction. At this moment when the velocity is parallel to the x direction, a force mg will be in the downward direction and another force by magnetic field q v cross b. If we apply right hand rule, cross product rule, then the force by this magnetic field for this velocity which is along the x direction, and if you find the direction of this force by cross product v cross b, the force will be in the upward direction. So this force will be qvb, right? And the charged particle will further move like this as a cycloid path, as a cycloidal path. The moment it comes at this point, it will again be at rest. It will again be at rest. It will again stop at this point. And the reason, we all know that the magnetic force, this force which is qv cross b, work done by this force, this work done by qv cross b is 0. There is no work done by this force, and this point is on the same level. This point is on the same level. There is no height difference between these 2 points. So work done by gravity is also 0. And when work by gravity and work by magnetic force both are 0, the change of kinetic energy has to be 0. And if the change of kinetic energy is 0, the kinetic energy at this point must be same as the kinetic energy at the origin. And since at the origin particle was at rest, by this argument the charged particle will again come to rest at this point. Again it will repeat the same type of motion. It will again repeat the same path, and the overall trajectory will be a cycloidal trajectory. The overall path of particle will be a cycloid. Now the question is how deep the particle can go, and that means we have to find this depth. You have to find this depth. How deep the particle can go is this depth h. We have to find this value of h. If I use work energy theorem, then this kinetic energy is half mv square is consequence of the work done on the particle, and the work done on a particle is because of force of gravity. So it should be mgh, and you get v equals to root of 2gh. You get v equals to root of 2gh at this point. Now notice that these two forces are perpendicular to the velocity. So the force qvb, which is upward direction, in the upward direction, and minus mg. qvb minus mg is the resultant force which is perpendicular to the direction of instantaneous velocity. And if it is the force which is perpendicular to the direction of instantaneous velocity, you can write this force as mv square over capital R, where capital R will be the radius of curvature at that point. You can call it radius of curvature at that moment. And if we recall the properties of cycloid, a cycloid is a trajectory. It is a curve where the radius of curvature at this point is always 2 times of h. And to prove this fact that the radius of curvature of cycloid at this extreme point is always double of this depth. To prove this fact, you can refer the lecture notes of rolling motion, because when a wheel or object similar to the wheel is rolling on a horizontal surface, the trajectory followed by particle on the circumference of that object is cycloid, and when that particle is on the top of that cycloid, the radius of curvature is 4 times of capital R, where R is the radius of object, whereas the height of cycloid will be only 2 times of R. We have done this question in the class. I suggest you to refer that question to understand this logic, that radius of curvature is twice of maximum depth. So in place of R you will apply 2h, and in place of a v you will use square root of 2gh, right? In place of v you will put square root of 2gh, in place of R you will put 2 times of h, and then you will simplify this equation, and when you simplify this equation you get h equals to 2g m square over q square b square, right? This is the answer. This is the maximum depth the particle can go in this magnetic field, combination of magnetic field and the gravity, right? So now one more question is left, that is from electromagnetic induction, will be covered in the next video now. Thank you.